What is up, everybody? Welcome out to our Christmas Eve show. There you go.
Feliz Navidad.
We're gonna, you know what? We'll make it even a little festive and throw a little. So we figured we'd celebrate a little bit today, and me and Justin got our hats on. We got some Christmas lights hanging behind us, and we figured we'd share a cool little day with you guys, and we'll see what happens. We wanted to have fun tonight. Nothing serious, nothing crazy. And nobody can even hear you because your mic is 1,000 miles away. There you go.
What's the difference between Christmas and Boxing Day?
So Boxing Day is a British holiday that it's the day after Christmas, where the servants and maids and whatnot are allowed to open up their boxes of gifts that were given to them by the people they work for.
They had to wait a day?
They had to wait a day because the day of Christmas, they're serving dinners and cleaning the house and, all that stuff for the people. So we're not going to leave the Christmas music playing, but I figured it would be a cool little thing to start off our podcast with today and try to have some fun with y'all. We hope you enjoy it. We see some people already hanging out with us. I have gifts that I brought for Justin, so he's going to open them up today. We're going to talk about, favorite Christmas movies, Christmas songs. We're going to get your opinions. I want to hear what you have to say about that. And we'll just make it fun. Have a good time. And I just realized that I'm wearing my hat like the angry elf on that movie. So let me fix that.
He's an angry elf.
I don't remember what movie what that was, but...
You feeling brave? Call me an elf one more time.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get into it, man. Let's have a good time and see what shakes out. This could be the worst one yet. Who knows? Could be the best one.
Who knows?
Doesn't matter. We're just here hanging out with our friends, family. Gonna have a good time. Anyhow, so let's start it off with a question right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody out there in chat land, hanging out and watching, and if you're into Christmas, because obviously there's people out there that are Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, I don't know what the other Christmases versions of it are. What's your favorite Christmas movie of all time if you got one? Throw it in chat. Let's see what you got. This should be cool, man. You want to go first?
Favorite Christmas movie?
Yeah, of all time.
Favorite movie released at Christmas or Christmas movie?
Christmas movie, not released at.
Modern Scrooged.
With Bill Murray?
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, I was watching that tonight before we came on.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Give me a happy ending here. When the dude's frozen to death. Don't let him think I'm a suicide. Brilliant. Brilliant. And old-timey March of the Wooden Soldiers with Laurel and Hardy.
That is a good one, man. Definitely a good one.
Because it's got like that creepy 1930s occult feel to it.
Yeah, it definitely looks a little awkward.
Especially if you watch like the background.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
So for me, I have a hard time, kind of picking one.
Uh-huh.
So you pick two, I'll pick two, might even throw a third. Okay. So first and foremost, my favorite of all time, that if I had to only pick one, this would be it. It is definitely the A Christmas Carol. I don't know what year. It might have been 40s, 50s. Alistair Sims version.
I'm going to say 30s.
Because it's black and white, it's creepy, it's spooky, and I remember being a little kid watching it, and I don't know why, because I see it now as an adult, but the Father Christmas or whatever, where he's the big dude with the robe, and he's got the little kids underneath him, used to freak me out as a little kid.
Well, ignorance in something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Second would be Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. Because I'm pretty sure that came out when I was a little kid. So that's a good one.
There's a hole in the wash tub.
Yeah, with the band. What was the band? We were trying to figure it out. It was like the something river band.
Nightmare River Band.
Nightmare River Band, dude. That might be why I got into motorcycles, man. I want to be a biker because of that. Those little dudes riding on there with their black leathers on, all badass.
Snake dudes.
Yeah, dude. And then It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart. With Zuzu pedals.
So honorable mention, Muppet Christmas Carol.
Right. And we were talking about that. So that is the most accurate to the book.
Yes.
Out of all the Christmas movies, Muppet's Christmas Carol is the closest to the book.
Did you ever read it? Christmas Carol?
It did. Come on, man. You know better.
I read it.
I did not.
Yeah.
But you know, man, when I was in London, I got to try to go to a couple spots and whatnot. And you know, in London, they are pretty big on you know, following the footsteps of Dickens, which is pretty cool. I actually saw something today, which was awesome. It kind of went over the history of Christmas from, I don't know, Saint Nicholas, the patron saint to sailors. That's what I was looking for. And then how it turned into the Dutch getting a hold of it with Sinterklaas. And then, you know, then it brought in the whole Krampus thing. And then there was one that they talked about. Apparently it was like Pennsylvania, German, Dutch, Bella Nickel or something like that, where that's where the Nicholas thing comes in, or Kris Kringle with the, man, it kind of shows you how it got turned into what we call Santa Claus today, and how it took little pieces from each one of it. I thought it was pretty cool, man. You can actually find it on YouTube. I'd have to look it up to see which one it's called, which one it is, but
so Christmas lights were based on the tradition of stringing popcorn and cranberries on string and putting them on your Christmas tree. But that tradition was based on a practice of the Druids who would sacrifice their enemies and throw their guts into trees.
Actually, and
so the next time you're hanging your Christmas lights,
think about that. Put that in some thought. I just string your lights up tonight, maybe. You know, Sunday night before Christmas. Some of you guys wait last minute.
Yeah, if you have an enemy, just picture stringing his guts.
They actually talked about the whole pagan, you know, Odin and all that, and how it plays into current Christmas traditions. I just thought it was really cool, man. Another thing that they threw as a nugget of information on there, because they went over the whole how America came to be Santa Claus with the book. They talked about, and I did not know this, man, that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was actually created for a Montgomery Ward catalog.
I didn't know that either.
And that's how the whole Rudolph thing kind of blew up. But we got a ton of people in here. So let's give our shout outs, and then we'll get into some gifts and talk about some other stuff, man. We do have some stuff that's going to be tattoo relevant tonight. So don't fret, folks. If you're here just for tattoo stuff, we have a little bit of that for you tonight. And hopefully you just enjoy it and hang out. Moderator Nikki hanging out. Tom hanging out with us over there in the UK. Sarah from Canada. What up, you hoser, eh?
What's that a boot?
What's that a boot? Bill O'Connell hanging out. He said Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone. Chris Hawkins, hey, everybody.
Do they celebrate Boxing Day in Canada or Christmas?
They do. I think they do both. Canada. Sarah could answer that for us, but Drag's hanging out. Fudo hanging out. And cool, man, we got a bunch of people already answering, so this is awesome. We got answers to the first question of the night.
So Tom is a kid from England, right?
Correct.
So if you guys get a chance,
you definitely need to check his Instagram.
Go on his Instagram, because that boy can paint.
Yeah, man. He's got some pretty solid stuff on there.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here we go. We asked for people just coming in. First question of the night. Favorite Christmas movie. There you go. I almost said song because we got that on the list as well for tonight. Tom said Merry Christmas, people. Sarah said looking good, guys, with our super tight. My brain hurts. Christmas hats. And so Nikki, our moderator, said, I like Violent Night as her favorite Christmas movie.
Silent Night, Violent Night? Or no, it's Silent Night, Deadly Night.
So
Violent
Tom
Night
even has a more interesting favorite Christmas movie. Silence of the Lambs, not even a joke. Watch it every Christmas. All right.
I mean, it's festive.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, let's see here. Hello.
So I have the Funko Pop figure from Silence of the Lambs, where Hannibal has the club that he beats the cop to death with.
Okay.
And there's blood splatter on the inside of the pop box.
Actually, I did notice that. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully I fixed my mic. It sounded like we were cutting out. All right. So let's keep going with these. Drag said Life of Brian. Krampus, I like too. Chris Hawkins said, you beat me to it, Nikki. So he's another vote for A Violent Night. Sarah said, Elf is number one, and the Santa Claus, I guess,
Excellent.
number two. The
Excellent.
Santa Claus is a great movie.
Yeah.
You know what else I like? Fred Claus, man. I'm a fan of Vince Vaughn, dude. I think he's funny as hell, and there's some funny moments in that movie.
What did you think of Vince Vaughn in the True Detective, where he played the gangster?
You know what, man? I wasn't a really big fan of the True Detective thing.
First season is awesome.
So Nikki said classic Frosty the Snowman.
Nope.
Drag said hello tattoo community. What's up, brother? Fudu said 1930s British film A Christmas Carol with Alistair Sim. There you go. Bill O'Connell said A Christmas Carol with George C. Scott. Now that's also another good one, but Sarah said the Santa Claus with Tim Allen is my number two.
What did you think of the second one, Sarah? The Mrs. Claus.
Chris Hawkins said A Christmas Story is on a loop in my house. And he also said he loves a Santa Claus. Dude, you gotta like that movie.
Is A Christmas Story the one where you shoot your eye out?
Yeah, you'll shoot your eye out.
I have never in my life watched A Christmas Story ever. And I absolutely refuse to, because TNT Network put it on for 24 hours and bullied me into watching that movie. So I was like, nah, I'm never watching it. Ever.
So Bill O'Connell said, right on, Buck. I love that movie. Watch it every Christmas. Emmett Otters. Yeah, dude. When I was a little kid, man.
There's a hole in the wash tub.
Cool. Can't hear Buck. So I think we got that fixed. But for us, Boxing Day is kind of like Black Friday for you. It's a day known for big sales and great deals for shopping. Right. But I think it was originally for where the people that worked for you got gifts and stuff, right? I mean, you guys kind of bastardized it with, now you shop and do all that. So just like we do. We always, jack up holidays and turn it into something that it's not supposed to be. But
so there's a show on HBO Max called Pennyworth, and it's about Alfred from Batman. His life as a young guy.
Okay.
Right? And he's born, I never realized this about English society, but he's born into a family of service. Like his mother works as a seamstress or a laundress, and his father is like not the main butler at a house, but like one of the butlers at a house.
Okay.
And it's like a family tradition. They're a family that their father, their grandfather, their great grandfather,
okay,
born into service.
Right on.
Because there was no what do you call it? Social mobility.
Right. Yeah, man. So Tom said, as a UK person, Boxing Day is just a day we don't do anything special for it, I think, anymore. There you go. So,
what about the 5th of November?
What's the significance of 5th of November?
That's when Guy Fawkes almost killed the king. Or no, not killed the king, blew up Parliament.
Okay.
Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason, and plot.
Okay.
Come on, you're all about England.
No, I do remember some of this stuff, but hey, come on, dude. Anyhow, Sarah said the Santa Claus 2 is okay. The third one was trash. So
yes.
Before we get into our next set of questions for everybody.
But one second. But the end of the Santa Claus 2, where the evil Santa Claus is on the table dancing with the little Santa Claus toys, that was an awesome moment.
I like those movies, man. I'm a fan. So before we get into actually, you know what? I'll ask the question, and while we're waiting for you guys to answer, you're going to open up your gifts. This way we can keep this thing moving along.
No.
Yeah.
Don't make me open up my gifts.
All right. So while we're watching Justin open up his gifts, you guys out there in the internet world, what is your favorite Christmas song of all time? And go.
Okay.
Let it rip, dude.
Do I open them like a human being, or do I open them the way I want to open them?
You open them however you want to open them, man.
Never mind.
Good luck trying to open that. I forgot, dude. He's got to watch.
Ha ha ha! Victory! And I will explain why this is victory. I collect pops, and I collect a lot of what do you call it? Rick and Morty pops. And there's the Rick and Morty episode where Rick complains that all his good Meeseeks boxes were taken, and he was left with the shitty Kirkland Meeseeks. Somebody came into my shop and stole my Meeseeks, and I was left with just a shitty Kirkland Meeseeks pop. This is awesome. This is the greatest thing ever.
So that's been a year of searching and seeking to get that, because you cannot get that Funko Pop anywhere.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me. That's from when Rick and Morty was good. Is this cool, a bomb? Man.
So we got people actually answering what's your favorite Christmas song, while we get to Justin opening up his stuff. This gives everybody enough time to answer. I'm glad you guys are all hanging out with us, man, because everybody right now that's hanging out is basically our little family here at Tattoos and Reviews. So I'm stoked to share this with you guys. So here, hold on, get rid of that.
All right, get that out of the way. Wow.
Yeah, man. So this way you could actually see. So that is a cool little box to hold stuff.
This actually looks fuck demon. That's what it says on the box.
Yeah, man.
Nice. This looks like the back piece of Ralph Fiennes from Red Dragon. Oh. Wow.
And that is a handmade Sailor Jerry machine. The guy actually is one of our listeners. So shout out to him, Scott Force. He is sometimes he goes by the Chiefsman. He makes machines and builds boxes and stuff like that. And he's the one that
thank you, Buck,
put that together for you, dude. He said it's not tuned. But he did put the key in there so you could tune it and do what you got to do. There's also the lead in there too.
Tune? What do you mean tuned?
I don't know.
You tune machines?
Yeah. It's not a pen, dude. But there's the cable.
Nice.
So, but just so everybody sees, we'll hold everything up. But
there's no capacitor on here.
There is the that's the top of the box for everybody.
Ironworks?
Yeah, that's the box right there. And then it's got a bunch of cool stuff around it on the back.
Can I say that?
No. I'd rather prefer you didn't. But
Can I sort of say it?
the box is awesome, though, right?
See if you guys can figure this out. Everybody likes a eating beast.
So, yeah, he makes the custom boxes to go along with the machines, and I just thought it was a cool gift for you, dude.
Thank you, brother. So when I got
So there you go, man. The money that I made off the channel this year got spent on Justin.
Nice. That's what I like.
But yeah, that's a Sailor Jerry machine. Hold it up so everybody can see it.
Can I? Can I?
Would you do whatever you want, man? Anyhow, yeah, man. I just thought not only did I think it was a cool gift, but it's also somebody that supports our show every week. Watches all our videos, also watches every one of our live streams, and I just thought it would be a cool gift, man.
And a teddy bear on top, or a mouse.
Yeah. So, shout out to the Chiefsman.
Thank you, Buck.
Anybody
else uncomfortable when they get really good gifts?
He shouldn't be. Let's get into some of these answers here.
If it ain't sparking, it ain't marking.
So there you go. We also have a little
That's a good sounding machine.
tattoo magic as we talk about Christmas stuff today. I knew I wouldn't leave out tattoo stuff. We can't. It's what we're about here. But yeah, man. Pretty cool, right?
Pretty awesome.
There you go. And shout out to Scott, man. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Scott. Actually, a little overwhelming. It's a little overwhelming.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you like it, man. That's you know. You're good, dude. You're just rolling over paper. Yeah, man. Solid dude, and you know, what actually turned me on to it was the box. I thought the box would be cool, and then it went further down the line, but we'll talk about that later.
You know, it really does look like from Red Dragon. Ralph Fiennes has that back piece.
Yeah.
That's based on the Red Dragon piece by the Red Dragon piece. Wait.
Yeah, I don't remember. But let's get into this. While you're playing with that, enjoy it. That's fine. We got people that answered for their favorite song. So I wish I could play these, man. I really, really wish we could play clips of movies, clips of songs. It would be so much cooler, dude, to have that. But, you know,
maybe we can sing them.
Copyright. And I don't know. You can't even do that, man. How crazy is that? I was watching these folks and they were actually singing the song and they got dinged for copyright by just singing the song, which is nuts, dude. I mean, I don't understand why it needs to be like that, but Voodoo. We also celebrated Little Christmas, Michaelis in Hungarian on January 6th. The Irish also did this holiday, and since Bohunk Potato Head, it's the thing I do. There you go. So Nikki said Thistlehair, the Christmas Bear by Alabama, and I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Sarah said, I don't know what my favorite song is, but I'll give an honorable mention to anything by the Jingle Cats. That is a new one for me, so I'm going to have to look that one up. Song Anything by TSO. That's Bill O'Connell. Voodoo is happy. Said, kids put their shoes out. If they were good, you got candy treats. Bad, you got lumps of coal. You know what I got. Favorite songs: Brenda Lee's "Rocking Around the Christmas Tree," of course. "Blue Christmas" by The King. And Chris said Bill, TSOL. So Christmas songs, favorite Christmas songs
Father Christmas
by the Kinks.
by the Kinks.
Man, that is such a good song, dude.
Father Christmas by the Kinks. Oh Holy Night by Brian Setzer from the Stray Cats. And this is a little, it's a little embarrassing. The Bare Naked Ladies and Sarah McLachlan. God Rest You Merry Gentlemen.
Oh man, I bet you Sarah's all over that.
I love that stuff.
You want all Canadian on that one?
Yeah, dude, I love that. So do you have like a Christmas tradition, like a thing you do?
Yeah, but hold on, let me give you my Christmas songs first before I forget, because I with my ADD, dude, if I get sidetracked, it's all over, and I get squirrel. Favorite Christmas songs. My favorite Christmas song is "A Fairy Tale in New York" by the Pogues.
In the drunk tank.
Yeah, it's not super Christmassy, but for me, I love it. It's got a lot of meaning behind it. Hits home for me. So that's probably my favorite. I don't know if I have another one that I like. I mean, I love a lot of Christmas songs, but the Pogues "Fairy Tale in New York" is definitely probably my favorite, man. I like a lot of the old stuff too. Like the really, really old stuff. Like, Fudu said about like Brenda Lee and stuff like that.
Like Good King Wenceslas, like that one?
What the hell?
Good King Wenceslas.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Looked out on the Feast of Stephen, where the snow may round about.
Man, like all the songs that kind of accompanied the claymation Christmas stuff that you saw when you grew up.
Mm-hmm.
The Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, those songs, man. I mean, dude, you gotta like all those songs. I don't like any of the sad, like the "Oh Holy Night." Like, I don't want to be all down, dude. I want to be up.
What about Heat Miser and Cold Miser?
Mr. Heat. I'm gonna get copyright strikes, dude. I want to sing it now. Damn it.
I'm thinking about it. I'm amazed that no one's actually covered that.
Heat Miser and
Cold Miser
and Chuck Schumer. He looks just like Chuck Schumer. Anyhow, yeah. So Chris, Bill said Trans-Siberian Orchestra, so not TSOL. That's a different band. A Spaceman Came Traveling is the best. I don't know that song. Sarah said Jingle Cats is literally cats meowing to the tune of classic Christmas songs. The store I work at plays them all the time in December, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Honest. Leroy the Redneck Reindeer, Nikki said. I've never heard that one either. I have no freaking clue what that is. So there was a short spell where I worked at Home Depot, and I worked during the Christmas time, and I really liked it actually because I got to work outside. I was the dude that you would go pick a tree out, and I would put that netting around it, and you would get tipped and whatever. It was cool, but the only thing that sucked about it was they repetitively beat the same like 20 songs into your head while you're working there at goddamn Christmas, and that "It's a Marshmallow World and I'm in it." Whatever, dude. I can't stand that song. I want to commit Harry Carey every time I hear it now, dude. It's like they played it like 3 times a freaking, an hour or whatever. It's such an annoying, stupid song. But any of the Christmas stuff, man, like that we grew up with as a kid, those movies, dude, are just freaking magical, dude. They take you back to a little time in your life when you're like a little kid, unless you're older, then obviously a young adult. But we're not that old.
So my favorite is the one about young Santa Claus.
Hey, can you hand me that book over too real quick?
The Young Santa Claus that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Except for Heat Miser and Cold Miser.
So I just want to give a shout out to my wife who gave me an early birthday gift. And it's something that we actually mentioned on the show last week. And she had already bought it before we even had the show. And it is the Matt Lauder book, the tattoos book that Matt Lauder just put out, The Untold History of Modern Art by Matt Lauder. And I got to tell you, man, there are some amazing pictures that are in here of stuff that I've never seen. Lots of cool stories. I cannot wait to read this. So if you get a chance, you want to pick up a great book about tattooing history, this is definitely one you want to check out. So there you go, folks. Okay. So you wanted to talk about traditions, Christmas traditions.
Christmas traditions.
Okay. Do you want me to go first?
You go first.
So we're not a really big Christmas Eve family. When I was a kid, before my dad died, my dad was like a little kid, so he wanted to open up at least one gift on Christmas Eve. He could not wait, man. My old man was a little kid at heart and could not wait to open up gifts, man. So we used to do that. We don't really do that anymore because we don't have to do the family shuffling all around thing. So that's not a big thing for us. But Christmas Eve, we're not Italian, so we don't do the feast of the 18,000 fishes. But we do like crab legs and stuff like that for Christmas Eve. And then Christmas morning, man, wake up in my jammies, cook a good breakfast.
Do you have footsies?
I do not. I'm too fat to wear footsies, dude. I don't even think they make fat guy footsies. But yeah, man. And then we get up, do breakfast, and then we open up presents. And then when we're done that, we open up dog's presents. The dog gets gifts. Oh, dude, Sarah, thank you so much. Thank you. With the $10. Yeah, man. So that would probably be my tradition. You know what else we do? We actually I man, hopefully I get to do it this year because my mom is really sick. But we also like to put my mom in the car and take her around. She likes to see the Christmas lights. So we'll throw Christmas tunes on the radio and we'll drive around and do the Christmas lights. Because there's some houses around us that have like, dude, they could compete on that, whatever that TV show is, the Christmas light, whatever show that is. Dude, we got some humdingers around here, man. I don't know if you've ever noticed it or not.
Have you seen the video yet where they match up the Christmas song to the yard display? Yeah.
Wait, what?
So they do like, it's like a video of different houses, and as they show how each house is decorated, they match up a Christmas song to it.
Okay.
So there's like the one house that's got all the blow up stuff, and it's like Rockin' Rudolph. And then there's the house with just the candles in the window, and it's Silent Night. And
so we got this guy that lives around the corner from us, man. So the dude has, I don't know, there must be a couple 100 blow ups, lights everywhere. I mean, this dude is on par with
the Griswolds?
Clark Griswold in Christmas Vacation. Okay, nothing fancy. Like, he doesn't have the cool. We got another dude that has all the animated stuff and it matches the songs, and it actually has a sign outside that says tune into this station, and it matches the song, so you can, you know what I mean? But so this dude around the corner from me with all the Christmas blow ups and shit, I don't know how many's out there. Dude, the guy's electric meter must be just like spinning like a top. But the dude that lives next door to him has one big sign that's an arrow. It's got a row of Christmas lights around it, and it just says ditto. Genius. And he doesn't have to do anything except walk out there and just plop that sign in and just be like, done. That's freaking awesome. I mean, they must be friends, I would hope. I don't know. But yeah, so that's probably my Christmas. I do have a funny story though. I know last week we talked about my not getting the motorcycle thing, and you know, my mom still feels bad about it every year. But so I was in the music business, and there was times where the only time I would really come home would be for like Christmas, right? So my mom was in this habit of buying me sweatshirts or stuff like that. But I got out of the music business, and I was around a little bit more often, for Christmas and stuff like that. And I had a run. She had a run where she bought me, like, I don't know, I think it might have been 4 or 5 years straight of the Canadian tuxedo. So she would literally Sarah's probably gonna be laughing. She'd buy me a pair of jeans and a denim shirt. And the funny thing about it is I've never worn a denim shirt in my entire life, dude. I don't know where my mom thought that was like the cool thing. I don't know, dude. Yeah. So go ahead, man. What's your Christmas tradition?
So
Drag said, by the way, and you get a tattoo on Christmas. I have never gotten a tattoo on Christmas, but that sounds like a damn good Christmas. We could do that.
We could do that.
We could definitely do that.
So I'm a minister, and for a little while, what I thought is I would do like a tattoo marry people thing, but that's a whole separate thing. So because my stepdad was Polish and his mom was really Polish, we ate whitefish in sort of a milk,
it's disgusting, dude. I know what you're talking
sort
about.
of like a milk flour sauce. Yeah. Right. So check it out. So I eat this for like 15 years. Right. And then my stepdad's daughter gets married and her husband doesn't want to eat it. And suddenly roast beef appears on the table. Not for me. No, not for me at all. I'd eat the fish. 15 years of bland.
Yeah, that's disgusting, dude.
But my real Christmas tradition is because I have little kids. I have a little kid. I like to get up really, really early, turn on the Christmas lights, sit there with a cup of coffee, and just soak in. It's like a dad moment.
Like watching your kid?
No. Before she wakes up.
Oh, okay.
It's like a dad moment where it's like, well done, sir.
Yeah.
All the toys are there. Christmas lights. I collect nutcrackers. I have like 20 nutcrackers. I have an Elvis nutcracker. But yeah, it's like a quiet moment before the insanity begins.
How soccer mom of you.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Your nutcracker collection.
Dude, I have like
you got a little Christmas village and everything?
No. I have I like those little Halloween villages. You ever seen those?
Yeah, man.
So I have my favorite ones are I have Elvis.
Nutcracker Elvis?
Yeah. I have the Suicide King, the King of Hearts.
Yep.
Of a punk rocker.
So you got at least cool nutcrackers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, Bill, I want to give props to this, man, because this is awesome. So Bill O'Connell said at the animal shelter on Christmas Day, we let each dog pick out his own toy out of a big pile of them. That's freaking awesome, dude. You almost just brought a tear to my eye, dude. That's man, I'm telling you, dude, I'm a huge animal lover. So anything that's cool for dogs, cats, whatever, pets, chinchillas, rabbits, whatever you got.
I tried to donate to the ASPCA the other day outside of a store, and they're like, we only take credit cards.
Wow. So that means there was people out there that were stealing from them out of their little jugs. So I am no longer associated with a particular motorcycle group. But at one time, I actually started the tradition, and from what I understand, they're still doing it. There's a place in the Badlands of Philly. I'm sure if you've perused YouTube or seen it on the news, in Kensington is the Badlands. I used to do a drive where we would collect, warm clothes and blankets and toiletries. And we used to do that every year. Like, I guess it would be like the week before Christmas, at this place called The Last Stop in Philly. Shout out to Jimmy Z.
Keeping that place running.
Yeah, man. So it's right there in the Badlands, dude. And he's doing God's work, so to speak. I'm not real religious, but trying to get people clean and sober that are literally, doing drugs right there around the corner. It's bad. And we used to give out, clothes and blankets and stuff for those people, man. And that to me, I think we might have even talked about this last week, dude, where I get more out of Christmas being the giver Like, I love to see people's faces light up when I give them a cool gift, and it doesn't need to necessarily be expensive or anything like that, man. It's just, especially if you got a well thought out gift, and it's, maybe somebody saw something in passing and they're like, "Oh, that's really cool," and then you pick it up and you grab it and you're like, you give it to them and they're like mind blown that you remembered it. See, that's I have this thing where I can remember shit from distance. But you ask me what I did yesterday or 10 minutes ago, I'm shot, dude. My ADD is horrible. Short-term memory is just gone. I actually thought that was from drinking and doing drugs, but anyhow,
Just good old mental illness.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Welcome to the club. So one of my favorite Christmas memories is I come downstairs. I'm like 5 or 6 years old, and there's a racetrack around the Christmas tree with the little race cars and you know, and I go to use it, and my dad's like, Jughead. That's what he used to call me. So apparently on Christmas Eve, my old man and his buddies got all liquored up and burnt the track out. They burnt.
Playing with it too
Yeah,
much.
yeah, just like a bunch of grown men with names like Spider and Eyeball, just like racing the cars around. Yeah.
So
yeah.
when you were a kid, did you have to go anywhere for Christmas? Like, I remember being a kid and it was a big deal for us to go to like the grandparents' house or the aunt's house, maybe even like it could even be the day after Christmas. Do you have to do any of that?
Well, not when I was a really little kid, but when I got older as a teenager, yeah.
Yeah. Like
I had
man,
to go to my stepmother, her mom's house that always gave me lame gifts. One year she gave me a bear blanket.
that you say like the Easter bunny suit in
Yeah.
Christmas Story.
Yeah, it's just
You look
like
like a deranged
just
Easter rabbit.
just like, oh yeah, here's in the bargain bin, you know?
Yeah, so I mean, you know, coming from my mom's side is Russian family, dude. Going to my grandparents' house, uh, and they would have like a spread of all kinds of crazy food that I was like, "What's that?" You know what I mean? And then doing vodkas and beers and whatnot. I mean, not me, but um, I just remember like one of my favorite memories as a little kid, like little, we're little, like kindergarten little, is eating and pigging out. And, obviously everybody was, banging shots of vodka and drinking beers and that. And my grandpa sitting down on a couch with me and watching like Sanford and Son and shit like that, dude. And like, and it was completely random, but, dude, I think that's the coolest part about Christmas. Whatever holiday you are, celebrate, man, because not everybody does Christmas, but uh, I think that's the cool stuff is the memories and the fun stuff about the holidays, man. That's what it's about, dude.
So the first year that I got my first Christmas clean, uh back in the day before YouTube, if you liked Bugs Bunny cartoons, you had to like watch Bugs Bunny cartoons on TV. And there was a Bugs Bunny cartoon, well, a Warner Brothers cartoon called What's Words Worth. That was this guy goes to heaven and he's talking in 1940 slang and they illustrate it throughout the cartoon. It was a super rare cartoon. It never came on ever. Something I remembered as a kid. So I'm sitting there one Christmas, right? My first Christmas, and yeah, that cartoon happened to come on, and it was one of the moments where the universe sort of aligned, and I was like, I took that as a really good sign.
So welcome, Lower Acorn. Never seen you before, but welcome to the show, man.
Lower Acorn,
Acorn, like from a tree.
lower.
Lower, yeah. He said Sean underscore Foy. I don't know. Welcome though.
Welcome.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Nikki, our moderator, said, when I was a kid, we opened up one gift on Christmas Eve. We got an orange in our stocking. It's a PA Dutch tradition for good health in the new year. As an adult, it's Yule log on TV, Christmas breakfast, and gifts. There you go, man. dude, you know, it sucks. I think what ruins Christmas for a lot of people is the commercial thing and having to go to the stores and fighting crowds and all that nonsense. Man, as much as people want to kind of, you know, down on Amazon and stuff like that, man, you don't have to deal with that as much anymore.
One of my favorite things to do is to go out Christmas Eve to like a Walmart at like 6, like an hour before they close, and just wade into the sea of humanity as they
Like,
just flip out.
who goes? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why people do
Tweakers.
that, but whatever, man. I mean, like, I guess we need to really, you know, take into consideration that not everybody does holidays. There are people out there, but, um, you know, Drag said about getting a tattoo on Christmas. Now, I've obviously never done that before, but have you heard of anybody doing tattoos on Christmas? Or on top of that, have you ever heard of anybody getting Christmas tattoos?
No, no,
Me either, right?
no.
So there you go,
The
man. Maybe we could
closest,
start a new tradition.
the closest that you come to that is the tattooed Santa from the movie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It has like Santa, the Easter Bunny's Australian,
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mr.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Sandman,
yeah.
and yeah, and
Um,
Santa's like a big Russian dude. He's all covered in ink.
so Bill said that they all get a new blanket too. Of course, they get blankets all year, but love the animals too, Buck. Um, so Sarah said my family always has the Yule log fire on the TV too. So there you go, man. There's a lot of people that do that. I know that locally we used to have, I forget what station, it might have been like PHL 17 or whatever. In the morning they used to just throw that on the TV for like a couple hours and play Christmas songs. So this way, I guess for people that didn't have fireplaces and whatnot, they could actually just sit there and have that on while they're opening up their
I mean,
presents and stuff.
that's absolutely pagan. The
The Yule
Yule
log.
log,
Oh yeah,
absolutely pagan.
yeah, man. And that's what was really cool about that little. It's on YouTube. I'll have to look it up, but man, to show um kind of really like where we're at now Christmas wise and the pieces that it took from the different areas. It was really interesting, man. And the guy that did it is does some pretty amazing AI like animation stuff. So he had all the pieces to go with it to, you know what I mean, to make it look good. I'd love to learn how to do that. So this way it would make some of my history stuff so much easier because I struggle a lot trying to find pictures of stuff. I hope you guys actually I hope you all enjoyed the Tattoo Doug episode
I
that I put
did.
out. The dude's the real deal, man. And he's been tattooing a long time since 1971, and he got to work with a lot of pretty, heavy hitter people through different parts of his life and stuff like that. And man, I'm I'm trying to bring out some more of those people, man. I mean, I got Bill Rodriguez. Gonna do his next, and it was really cool, man. I saw this. It's Bert Rodriguez, by the way, not Bill. I saw this. I don't know who posted it. They had the Friends of Paul Rogers Flash book that came out way
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, right? Like 89 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed it, a couple different pictures of it and stuff like that. And the very last page was all the artists that contributed to the book. And it's like a who's who of tattoo artists that are in there, right? And as I'm looking through it, I go, bam, top right, Bert Rodriguez. So I'm going, hey, Bill, thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much appreciated, man. But Bert, the dude's been around too, man. So that's going to be another one. And then I have a couple. I actually told myself that I wasn't going to really do too many interviews going forward because they just don't do that well. But I have two lined up, man, that are going to be pretty awesome. Um, And if people actually give them the time to listen to them, man, they're going to get some really solid history from them. So I'm looking forward to doing that in the new year. And you know what? We're going to change up a few things in the new year as well. So it's going to be an interesting year for Tattoos in Review. It's going to be an interesting year for the two fat guys in a tattoo shop. We're going to change it up a little bit. Do some
Nice.
stuff. Make it better. So,
The thing about not to go back to the old subject, but so we're in Pennsylvania. It's 15 degrees outside right now. And when you think about these traditions like Yule and honoring the winter solstice, I mean, imagine being in a place where like you didn't just crank up the heat.
yeah.
You know what I mean? There was no
Yeah.
cranking up the heat. There was no going to Giant to get your Christmas turkey. There was, I mean,
Like it's a full production.
yeah, like the hardship that people lived in, like just their everyday lives. That like, I recently saw a thing about part of the trouble with society is that we don't have to earn our food.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like we don't have to hunt or farm for our food anymore.
Yeah, big time.
Just it's part of the reason we're so soft.
I've been watching this guy Spanion on YouTube, man. I'm like addicted to his channel. And
Spanion?
yeah, he's this dude from Australia, man. Spent like 15 years in prison. Came out, he rapped for a little bit, and dude, Chris Hawkins, thanks, brother.
He rapped?
Yeah. So look, man,
No,
you got to
no.
understand the environment that dude grew up with, and that was he was obviously went to prison for 15 years, so he was running and gunning on the streets, but he doesn't do that anymore, and he's found religion. He's not like Bible thumping religion, right? But now he's got money, so he's he travels all over the place, and what he does is he actually is able to take his travel and turn it into 3 different episodes. So it's Spaniard vlogs where he's talking, just walking around the cities of like Barcelona, talking about it. Then he has part of it, which is, these are all separated, by the way. He does, it's like all eats. So he does all the good food from those areas. So if he's in Barcelona, he's eating all kinds of different foods from Barcelona. And then he does a third part where he's like the hood of Barcelona.
Nice.
It's like called In the Hood or something like that, right? Excuse me. But he did an episode where his wife is from Samoa, and they went to the island where she's from, and her family cooked a traditional Samoan meal.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no going to the supermarket. So like everything that they got, it was like the fish for the ceviche. They call it something else. They caught the pig that they did in the whatever they call that little oven that they do in Samoa. It's just like the Hawaiians do in that little ground pit. They got that morning, the chicken, like, and it was an all day event to put that meal together. And that's exactly what you're talking about, where like, you're talking about Yule logs and stuff like that. And those, they all had to do all that stuff in order to get
To just eat.
You know what I mean? I don't know, dude. I think that we ought to start up a new Christmas tradition of tattoos on Christmas.
Tattoos on Christmas.
We'll film it. And,
so speaking of Samoa,
okay.
This was a funny thing. I brought my daughter to see the Moana 2 movie.
Okay.
Right? And in Moana 2, they show the beginning of a kava ritual where they're drinking narcotic milk.
Yeah.
Right? That's what they do before they make decisions.
Which is a little risque for a
right, and
Disney movie.
But obviously nobody would know. It's just But I was watching the movie and I was like, wow, they're all about to get like really high. Naturally, they did. And there was an interruption of the ceremony. And
so Drag said, we have a fire in the house, and happy Christmas to everybody. And so that, Drags gets to do a little fire, and that's cool, man. That's probably the only time I wish I had a fireplace is Christmas. All the other times it's pain in the ass, and I got heat. I don't need to turn on it's like I had a fireplace for a while at my old house, man, and like getting wood and doing all that stuff. It was just a pain in the ass, dude. I'm like, but Christmas definitely is cool to have a fireplace. You know, we hope you guys had a fun night watching this with us. Got to see Justin open up some gifts. I'm happy that you guys shared some of your traditions and favorite songs and movies with us. And you know, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you do, man. I just hope you have a good holiday with your family. You get to spend some time with your family, take the day off and enjoy it, and be around your people, whatever they are. Some people, don't enjoy doing family time. So, but we'll be on next week before the new year. Maybe we'll talk about like New Year's resolutions and maybe some of the stuff that we were actually thinking about doing for the new year. We'll give you a little taste of what we're talking about. A little sneak peek of some of the stuff that we're planning on doing in the new year. Nothing crazy, by the way. I mean, it's not like we're changing the channel. It's still going to be revolve around tattoos and stuff like that. But we have some great ideas for some stuff coming up in the new year, man, and it's going to be fun, man. So
absolutely.
All right, man.
So before we kick off, right, I wanted to mention something. So before the show, last night I had gone through a bunch of my old flyers and my old convention stuff, and Buck noticed it tonight. First Philadelphia Eddie's tattoo convention.
Yeah.
It said on there 45 of the world's best artists. And this was what, 1999. So 25 years ago.
Yep.
45, right? The last time I went to the Philadelphia convention, there were 900 tattooers there.
I don't know if it was 900, but there was a lot.
No. The one year I went, there was 900. 900 tattooers. Not 900 shops. Yeah. 900 tattooers.
How crazy is that, dude?
So that's what, 20 times?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. 45 booths. And the list of people that were there in that first one in 1999 was like the who's who of tattooing, man. I would have loved to have been there. I didn't obviously go to those first couple or whatever, but I was going to them when Eddie was still around. But tattooing's come a long way, man, and it's only going to get better, I hope. And I hope not only does it get better, but I hope people get more interested in the history and the traditions of it. So that's my wish for the new year.
So, it was funny, speaking of Eddie, if you guys don't know, for a long time, the National Tattoo Association and Eddie had a weird relationship because Eddie's son, Billy Funk, was really big at the National. But there was a national convention in Philly, and I was hanging out at Eddie's shop getting tattooed. And the entire day, artists were like basically sneaking down from the national convention and coming to Eddie's shop just to
pay homage.
Yeah, just to, pay their respects, man.
Yeah. He was a great dude.
And it was just like, so I'm sitting there and, famous Godfather tattooers are just walking through the door, talking to him like he's, because he's Philadelphia Eddie.
Yeah, man. It's, there's just certain people that have been a part of this craft that, are on a completely different level, and the stuff that they did for this. And, it's pretty amazing, man. And I'm happy that we, are from this area, and that's part of our tradition.
Absolutely.
In the Philadelphia area. So, I hope you all had a great night tonight hanging out with us, man. We enjoyed hanging out with you. Super stoked that we had people that were chiming in and giving their favorite movies and songs and stuff like that. And I hope you all have a happy, safe Merry Christmas.
Happy, safe Merry Christmas.
And we will see you all next week.
Stay safe.
See ya.